It is also quite a bit cheaper than buying a van or a motorhome or a trailer.
You have a combination that I think is nearly ideal. You're in a Honda minivan and the tent.
If I don't get outside enough, I've noticed I just get depressed.
So Tina, you are in a tent. How's that working?
It's working great. Yes, it's very comfortable.
You know, your first thought is that you'll be cold and the rain will come in and the wind will blow it down, and so far so good.
Yes, very good. I camped with this tent a lot in adverse conditions in Montana, and it does very well. It's very comfortable and snug.
And you've had it how long?
About 5 years.
So it's thoroughly tested.
Yeah, yes it is.
People ask me all the time about tents, and the thing I tell them is you can buy a cheap tent and replace it every year, or you can buy a quality tent that's going to last and endure. And you bought a quality tent. Tell us about your tent.
Well, this is a Springbar tent made in Salt Lake City, and they're all individually made, and it's very good quality. I've never had a problem with the wind blowing it and ripping out stake loops or anything like that. The fabric that it's made from is water repellent. It's Sunforger canvas.
The big enemies of a tent are the wind, the sun, and snow, and you've dealt with lots of all of them, and it just shakes them off.
It does.
You know, the one thing I tell people is if you buy cheap tents, just don't plan to sleep, but if you buy a quality tent, you'll be able to sleep at night too.
For cold nights, I would recommend for most people a tent heater, the Mr. Buddy. I do have one of those. I just didn't bring it with me on this trip, and so what I've done is just turned on my little butane stove till it gets warm, then I get in bed and I'm fine.
Well, the big question then would be the cost, because you're buying quality that's going to last a long time, and that's not cheap.
No, it's not, but it is also quite a bit cheaper than buying a van or a motorhome or a trailer. And so if you find yourself in that position where you want to get out, and that's the position I found myself in, was I wanted to get out, I wanted to do things, but I knew I'd be dealing with adverse conditions, so that's why I went this route. I didn't have the money to buy something more.
Now you have a combination that I think is nearly ideal. You're in a Honda minivan and the tent. And folks, if you can get in that situation, it's really good.
I needed to get away from the mental clutter and just the confusion that was where I was at the time. I need to clear my mind, and so stripping away all that and living simply, it's just really nice.
It's really freeing,
yes,
mentally and emotionally.
It is so freeing, and I find myself going to bed early, getting up early, feeling healthier. It's just great.
I think a whole lot of that is the connection to nature. Just watching the sun, slowing down your mind.
Yep. And just getting into that natural rhythm. When the sun goes down, you go to bed. When the sun comes up, you get up. And for me, it brings health and happiness to me somehow.
Yes, I think it does. If you're human, it does.
Yeah.
So we are inside, and I can see that you are have plenty of headroom. You're not hitting your head at all.
Yeah. This tent has these flaps sewn in with heavy-duty grommets. And then so what I do, I run paracord through there, and then I can clip my keys on there. I put hooks, you know, like that. I can hang my extra sunglasses. I can hang my purse. I can hang a jacket, which I sometimes do. I have room for a good-sized Coleman table.
Yes, very nice.
And so I keep generally my food and fuel, kitchen things, etc. down there beneath. And then I just do my cooking or whatever right there. It's very nice, very, very convenient. I don't like the confined feeling of a sleeping bag, so I just make up my bed with blankets usually, and I like wool blankets. Last night I went to bed with my hair wet because I washed my hair late at night, so I slept in this, and that was good. So it's got a large window here. If I run a heater, I'll just leave a little bit open.
Yes, you
like
have
that, you know.
Sure. Ventilation is required for any burning propane.
Yeah. And then over there is the ladies' room.
That's the ladies' room.
The ladies' room.
I think we all understand that. And that answers, everyone has to know, well, how do they go to the bathroom? This is how you go to the bathroom.
Yes, this is the ladies' room.
Yes.
And then this is for extra security. This is something that I do at night. Just to make me feel safer. I have these zip ties, and I just run a zip tie through all the, you know, the zipper pulls down at the bottom, and then I zip tie it at night, and then in the morning I just cut it. And another thing about this tent I was going to mention, this tent has this flap that comes up like this, sewn in.
Oh, yeah.
And then that keeps dust and dirt from coming in. It has this inner, well, first of all, this outer here zipper.
You can just hear that as a quality zipper.
Yeah, so that's the outer zipper, but then the inner zipper, the screen, comes down like this, and it also zips along the bottom here.
Oh, I see.
So that it's completely, I mean, it's literally completely sealed up.
Yes.
And then
zip tie between the three
yep,
of them.
and then I just zip tie those three together.
Right.
And you see what I'm saying? It's
Quality,
yeah.
the stitching, the material, those are really good zippers.
yeah. And I like it's got the felled seams for extra, you know.
Yeah.
Something about the canvas is it breathes, and this tent does not get hot and suffocating in hot weather. It just feels very pleasant.
And Montana can be surprisingly hot.
Yes, it can in the summertime. Yeah.
Down in the plains,
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah, I just can't recommend this tent enough. If I don't get outside enough, I've noticed I just get depressed.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I just honestly, in many ways, felt like I was coming out here to, you know, just
Healing.
save my mental state, you know. So,
There's healing here.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, of course, with the cot, there's room underneath, so I have my suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you want to
Sure.
see. It's kind of messy, probably, but
Of course.
my dog has her little bed and her pillow
Uh-huh.
down there, so that way she sleeps under there and she's not underfoot. And I have a suitcase, which is messy, but you know.
That's the way it is when you travel.
Yep, I am a girl, and so I do have my stuff.
Well, that in this case, that applies to boys too. Every bit as much.
Well, I do think this is the answer. And for folks, when you write me and say, I have no money, I can't buy an RV or even a nice van,
Yeah.
for $450, this is a viable solution.
Yeah. Yep. And it packs up, you know, fairly. It packs up literally like about this long and about that wide. And I usually camp in my Toyota Corolla. So I would usually just load this all up in my Toyota Corolla and go.
Yeah.
But for this trip, being as it's so far for me and extended, I just wanted the security of being in a van.
Well, Tina, I really appreciate it. As soon as I learned you were here in a tent, I just knew that I had to shoot this video because this is so helpful for so many people.
Yeah, that's what I really like to encourage people, and that's, I mean, back in Montana, I'm always encouraging people to consider this option because it is so comfortable and it is so doable.